All right, we'll see how long it takes some people to get going here. And while I'm waiting, gotta put my leaf blower away. So hold on while people come in. Put this leaf blower away. Used it to clean the trailer. And I'll put my broom away. Go. Ugh. There you go. Now I got that leaf blower put away and my broom. I could sweep out the trailer before I finish checking in here. So I am running early. I'm not supposed to pick up till tomorrow at like 9:30 or something. Yeah, 9:30 in the morning. But I'm trying to get up there to Minnesota to drop this load off as soon as possible. Hopefully they'll take me early at my delivery. I'm going to Chanhassen, Minnesota, and I'm just going over to the Egan yard to hopefully get the whatever got messed up on the bottom of the truck that's messing with me being able to have cruise control and all that. So they got to replace some sort of a sensor or something else, but they got to look underneath there and see. They either wanted me to come to the terminal or go to a Kenworth dealership, and I'd much rather take my chances at the terminal than try to go to a dealership, because I know chances of getting worked through at a terminal quicker is better than, in my experience, going to any kind of dealership and trying to get in and out of there. They always take a lot longer to do stuff because you're always in a big line because there's usually a lot of other people trying to get in there or whatever. It just usually takes longer. Usually, it's not always the case, but normally. So that was the first time I used my leaf blower to clean out the back of the trailer, and that worked pretty slick. It got most of the pieces pushed up to the back of the trailer and got most of that dust. And this is all I had from the back of the trailer. There's only that much stuff. So I'll throw that away next time I get to the truck stop. I even had to sweep up the ground a little bit when I got done because a bunch of that got on the ground. And surprisingly enough, this place is clean for the area I'm in. Most of the Joliet area seems to be pretty clean, but there are a lot of areas around here near the Chicago areas that can be very filthy, dirty. But this pretty clean. I didn't want to be the one to dirty it all up, so I made sure to get as much of the stuff up that I got out of the back of the trailer swept up and stuff. And so I'm glad I brought that leaf blower. I mean, that leaf blower is like as old as my daughter. It's got to be 7 years old and still going strong. I brought 2 batteries and 1 charger in the leaf blower. It's a Black & Decker. It came also with a weed whacker that I think I bought it from like Walmart or something. Cheap. I probably paid 50 or 60 bucks, maybe 80 bucks for it. I can't remember. It was 7 years ago. But it worked slick. If you don't have a leaf blower to clean out your trailers, I'd definitely do it. Because a push broom does not work very well the push broom does not get down in those grooves of a reefer trailer. you're better off with a kitchen broom. And the kitchen broom is more efficient than the push broom. And the leaf blower and the kitchen broom was what I used. I didn't even get the push broom out. So I have the push broom with me in case I need it for something. It's back here by my load locks. So, but as it turns out, I haven't really needed it because it doesn't seem to do a good job. I grabbed it from the garage thinking that it would be good. So hopefully I can get this door latch fixed when I get up there to Egan, and hopefully it'll be a simple fix. Hopefully it's not an all day affair or keeps me over through the next day and so on and so forth. Hopefully it is simple fixes and that they have all the parts, or that they're able to get the parts quickly, and I'm not sitting around chilling at the shop lounge. So you all know what that's like. Any of you that's been driving long enough, you know what it's like when you have to go into the shops to get something fixed. That blowing snow in Wyoming that I got stuck in hit something down there. I tried to reset the computer several times and it did not work to get rid of all the stuff. I have a traction control light, see if I can get it to come up here, because it's not showing me just sitting here at the thing off. ABS light, traction control, and I have no idea what this other light is. I got an engine light on. I think that's because switch there. That light right there. Well, I don't know if that's supposed to be back of a bobtail or back of a trailer. But anywho, that's the lights I got, and they won't go away. I've had it since last Thursday or Friday. Yeah, my dispatcher Carrie already got me an appointment. Already gave him the heads up, and I will definitely be calling them to let them know an ETA of when I'm gonna get there and stuff once I know. It's just a matter of, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get unloaded, because I think this is not only a live load, but I believe it's a live, yeah, it's a live unload as well. So who knows? Because you know how live loads and live unloads are, they don't always let you in early. Sometimes they'll let you in early and you can get in there real early. They said they weren't going to load me till after 11 tonight here, and they went ahead and gave me a door. So I got lucky that I don't have to go sit over there with those other trucks out in the lot. So I got lucky. I called ahead and everything and made sure I could come over here, because that stupid pilot that I was at, they were coming around knocking on the door telling me I had to move because somebody paid for that spot. So I think that paid parking is the dumbest thing in the world. Hats off to you guys that think it's a good deal. Let me shut this window a little bit, so I'm not competing with the reefer. But what happened to the days of when it was first come, first serve? And they are making more and more truck stops. The Loves and the Pilot chain and Flying J are making new truck stops all over the country all the time. They're popping up all the time. You got new ones, and there are truck stops that don't even show up in the GPSs even after you do an update. Like you can update, like I could update it right now, and it's still not gonna know all the truck stops, even like especially like brand spanking new ones. So, yeah. But I spent some time cleaning up the truck. Now, come on, stupid thing. Now I got, other than these two things, I've been reading my new CB manual. I was trying to make sure I knew how to do everything on it. I've been trying to decide whether I like the green or the blue better. I don't really care for the red or the orange, but it's a nice CB. I got this little thing right here to put stuff in. It slides around a little bit, but so far it hasn't been a problem. And then I got the cases of water. I bought these 2 jugs of water for making coffee and this and that. And they've been rolling around a little bit, and I got to figure out a good place for those. But other than that, I got the seat. I got to clean the seat up. I think I'm going to have to take... Yeah. Whoop. I heard there is more than one carry. The carry that I've got, I don't know what I think there's more than one carry, and I have the carry that's right inside the door over there at the terminal when you first walk in to go over, like when they were doing orientation deal. I have the carry that's right there inside the door, kind of almost off by herself in a way. But she's the first dispatcher you see when you come in, the first desk right there. And when I went in there to meet her, she had her son's Great Dane, a big old gray Great Dane. Cool dog, very, very much a gentle giant. Just, I guess that's her son's dog, named Theo. And I found that to be very ironical. Yeah. Because a few years back I tried writing like a superhero style book that I need to rewrite, but it was one of the characters was a Great Dane that the main character had, that he gave the ability to turn from a Great Dane into a very to look just like a famous wrestler. And I didn't really say which one. I was envisioning, I think, The Rock in some ways when I was writing the story, but really he's just supposed to be a real muscular guy, but it was just part of the story. And I just found it funny that not only was the Great Dane she had with her gray, but the name of the dog was Theo. And it was just kind of too very ironic that the name and the color of the dog and type of dog was the same. But I've been meaning to get back to rewriting that story, but I just haven't gotten in the right mindset to do that. So, but for those of you that don't know me, I'm a very creative person. I just love to be creative, and I do leather working. I do every expert on nothing. I'm a I just try to learn all kinds of stuff. I haven't gotten into welding yet, but I have thought about it. But in order to do that, I want to have kind of like somebody who knows what they're doing, kind of take me through and show me um, a few things before I try to do something that's potentially really dangerous, dealing with all that high voltage and potential to really hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So it is something I thought about doing, but I haven't been able to afford to get into that because it seems like some of that equipment initially can be very expensive, and metal itself can be kind of expensive. And I just don't have any projects that I really feel like I don't really have any projects I want to do or anything in mind. So until I have a project that I really want to do really bad, then there's no real reason for me to get too gung-ho about it. But woodworking, leatherworking, I like to do paintings. If you get onto my Jason's Creative Adventures channel, you can go see some of that stuff. But there is a ton of videos I have yet to do yet because I get into the wilderness survival stuff and watch a lot of that stuff, and I've wanted to go out and practice those skills, and I just have not had the time to be able to go out in the actual woods and get practical experience doing that stuff. And the few times I have tried to practice a few of the stuff, I've had some success with a few primitive traps. I've had zero success with primitive fire, and shelters, I don't really feel like I really was really putting my all into it. The one or two times I really did attempt to make shelters out in the woods, but I did find that it was frustrating trying to get all the sticks to stay where I wanted them to try to make the shelter I was trying to make, and I couldn't get the sticks to stay in the ground. I was just having nothing but frustrations because I don't have any practical experience. I just have a lot of information in my head from watching tons of YouTube videos, different people on YouTube that I watch. I have tons of knowledge from watching like Naked and Afraid and Alone series, which I still got to watch the last season of Alone. Every time I try to watch this last season of Alone, I just get bored for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't seem to get through it like I did the first 9 seasons. 9 seasons or 8 seasons, I can't remember. Anyway, this last season, which they might be getting ready to post the next one already. They might have already posted another season, I don't know. But I get into all that.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
So, but my pork chops and my barbecue chicken and stuff turned out really good that I did. Unfortunately, that video that I just posted today, that I finally got around to finishing editing and throwing up earlier, just a couple hours, I think it was just an hour or two ago that I posted. Most of that wound up going to the house, and chances are a lot of it got thrown away. Knowing my wife, I don't know if my stepdaughter ever ate any of that. I had 2 steaks, most of the chicken. I tried to eat as many of those Thai curry wings as I could. But I really burnt the crap out of those Thai curry wings there towards the end because um, I had to get going when I was finishing up that video, and I had to set that skillet carefully on the floor of the truck back here, put the lid on, and drive very carefully. I mean, I was literally like just 1 or 2 miles away from where I was. I can't remember if that was a drop or a pickup, but I was literally right down the street from where I was going to go to, and I should have turned the skillet down because I scorched the crap out of those things. And they were good, they're just scorched. And I think in the future I'm not going to cook those wings or the chicken in the Thai curry sauce. I'm going to wait. And what I need to do is get some sort of a bowl to put all those in and shake them like they do, because you want to cook them first and then put them in the sauce that you want them in, because then the cooking of it in the Thai curry is changing the flavor and cooking some of the spiciness out of that sauce a little bit. To some degree, it's changing the flavor somewhat. So I figured what I need to do is cook the wings up first and then mix them up in a bowl and shake them and stuff and then do it. So I have some metal bowls that no one uses but me. Even I haven't really been using them. And it's like a stainless steel bowl. I'll grab that and bring it on the truck and use that for any time I do stuff like that, so things turn out better. And my last live feed where I was leaving the Hooters, I found it very funny how many people commented on what a rookie mistake I made about parking where I did. Well, in some ways that's true. Because I should have parked on the far end of the lot. But like I said in that video, I have been to that parking lot a gazillion times over the last several years, and I have never seen a bunch of cars right there. Never seen a bunch of cars back there. And I've slept there once. I have stopped and parked my truck there. One time I parked my truck in the actual Hooters parking lot, but I didn't want to take up a lot of their space there, knowing that there was all that room over there. And when you know that you got plenty of room and you can get in and out, because the cars just usually are never there. And just lo and behold, I woke up. Luckily, I instinctually parked up towards the end of the row and made sure that I should have almost straddled the two sides of the lanes when I did that. But had I known that all those cars were actually going to show up like that, I would have never parked where I did. I would have parked at the far end of the lot and walked the further distance, and no big deal. I mean, I could use the exercise, but I just didn't think that any cars were going to show up, because every time I've been back there, usually there might be one car anytime I've been there. And I've been there during the middle of the day. I've been there late at night. I've been there obviously not early in the morning, but I've always been there like evening, late night, and always no cars. I was kind of surprised that that happened, but it worked out. And I knew as soon as I woke up, I looked around saw the cars. I sort of worried a little bit, but as soon as I got out of the truck and looked around, I decided, oh well, I'll go eat at the Hooters first, get done what I need to do, eat, whatever. Came back out, and then I just thought this would be interesting to put on YouTube, and I knew it was going to get reactions. I kind of was not surprised that I had people making the comments they did about that. And I have to agree to some degree to what some of the people said about it kind of being a rookie mistake. But in my defense, I've been going there. I never seen a lot of vehicles there. I didn't expect a lot of cars to come in there. And it could have been worse. I was able to get out. It was no big deal. And I made sure to stop the truck before I picked up the phone and showed you guys how much room I had out the windows. Then I put my phone back before I started rolling again. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but it worked out. And next time I go there, I won't park where I parked. I won't make that mistake again. I thought I was familiar enough with that parking lot that I didn't think that anybody would show up and block me in. Otherwise, I would have never parked the way I did. So I am liking the way the truck's turning out. If you see, I got the netting up and I got stuff. I put my case of water and tea up behind the netting up on the bunk instead of cluttering the floorboard up here on the passenger side. Now I can actually sit over there if I want or whatever. And so it's a work in progress. I'm slowly getting things worked out. So trying to eliminate unnecessary things on the truck. So things I know I'm going to use, I try to keep on here. But things I know I'm not going to use, I try to take off. Like I got 2 road maps I can take. I got a brand new 2024 road map. Getting ready to do that trip planning, old school trip planning video here soon. And I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to do that. I don't think so. I don't think I'll be getting a Freightliner soon, but I would love to get into one. And I like Freightliners better. That's all I've mostly driven. I've driven Freightliners and Peterbilt. I've driven Kenworths before. And the last Kenworth I drove was that narrow cab. I think it was a T660 or something, but it was like a old one. It was when I worked at Randy's. And I didn't really care for that truck especially because of the way they had it set up. You didn't have a normal differential. If you hit your differential deal, it wasn't like a differential. It was the traction was to pick up the rear tandem, I believe, and then you only had one tandem. How does that give you any more traction? It just takes that up and gives all the power to the one deal. And then it was super singles, and it was dumb. It was really dumb. I hated that truck. It was all right at first. It was a cool learning experience. I had a lot of learning experiences at that place, but I will never do egg exempt miles again. That was some serious BS because I was not getting enough sleep, and that's why I got in the accident that I did. That's why I fell asleep behind the wheel and drove off into the ditch at Randy's, because I wasn't getting enough sleep. And then I would go home. That accident I came off of home time, and my wife wouldn't let me sleep at home. She didn't like me having that job. Yeah, Bambi has super singles on the trailers. I don't know. I don't know if they have super signals on any of the trucks, but I know for sure that they have a lot of trailers with super singles on the trailers, but they are trying to convert them over to the dualies. I need to get some better lighting. Let me see. Is this better? Sort of. It's a little better, not much. I don't have a whole lot of other places to set the phone right now. Seen them on a Freightliner? Okay. I haven't paid much mind to a lot of the trucks, but I wouldn't mind getting into a Freightliner. This is a nice Kenworth, though. I'll give you that, but it's heavier. Kenworths are heavier. I've had some people say, "Oh, Kenworths drive smoother than a Freightliner." That depends on the Freightliner and the Kenworth. But I'm just used to Freightliners. I'm used to the way they are. I have not been able to figure out how to blink my tail lights other than turning off all the lights on and off. I thought these two buttons would do it, but I can't tell when I hit these buttons on the side of these two dealies. Usually that's how you've done it in the past with some trucks, where you have these buttons on the side. This button is for window washer fluid, and this button I think is for shifting manually. But I have not figured out how to do, even looking at, like, some trucks will have the cancellations, like on the Freightliners on the steering wheel. You would have some of that stuff. This one just doesn't appear. This one has everything to do with the phone and music crap. Over here you got the cruise control stuff, but I don't see anywhere for just I've been driving this truck since the middle of December, since the beginning of December, and I have not figured out how to blink the taillights to thank people for flashing me over. So I just haven't really been doing it because I don't know how, because this truck doesn't seem to have a button for it. There's two buttons on the two end of the deals, but they don't seem to be for that. I tried them. So I'm just not used to Kenworths. They don't. Well, used to be you had, you just you had a button on the dash, but these newer trucks just are crazy. But hopefully it'll be a simple fix to fix whatever went wrong with whatever's giving me this traction control, ABS light, whatever that other light is. and get this door latch fixed, because I should not be able to lock myself out of my own truck that easy. When I open this door, the door should come unlocked and stay unlocked until I lock it. And a lot of trucks are designed to where you have to use the key to lock it from the outside. This truck, come on, switch. The latch, either the door latch thing is stuck down in there or it's missing altogether. And I am not going to take that door panel apart. I thought about it, but I am not going to take that door panel apart to mess with it. I'm going to try to get them to do it. Hopefully they'll do it instead of telling me I have to go to a Freightliner to do it, because I think I've been told by somebody that they might have to send me to a Freightliner to do something like that. I would think that people can figure out how to take a door panel off a door and get in there and look for that and see if that's missing. And hopefully once they fix it, it stays fixed and it won't be one of those things that's all janky when they're done messing with it, because I've had that before. So but it has been a hot day today. It's been 70 degrees here. Already take this thermal shirt off. Been hot. Ugh. But it's definitely getting ready for summer. We're definitely going to get into that spring. Spring's what, just next weekend or something? I heard it was daylight savings time this coming weekend. And it'll be springing forward. Oh well. So I'm hoping that it won't be a real big deal tomorrow. Getting up there, dropping that load off and getting over to the shop. And hopefully I can get in tomorrow. I've got 8 hours of driving. I'm going to try to get all the way up there. Let me set my GPS for this place and see exactly how far it's going to be to get there. Going to General Mills. Let's see, guided search. Address. Chanhassen, Minnesota. Audubon Road. $358 miles away. It's going to take me 7 hours and 7 minutes to get there. I've got one fuel stop along the way. And whenever I get out of here, I can get up there and drop this off or get unloaded and go straight over to the Egan yard and hopefully get in right away. When I'm getting unloaded, I'll call them and have them um, be prepared. Let them know I'll be on my way. I'll probably have to call and tell them before that, so that give them several out, probably the night before. Probably I'm trying to think here. Um, I would say first thing tomorrow morning I'll call them, let them know I'm getting ready to get unloaded, and then I'm coming straight over there to get that stuff worked on. And so I've got the paperwork that I got from the Loves that they gave me telling me what it was. The computer needs some sort of an update. The computer on the truck. And the Loves doesn't do Kenworth updates. They only do internationals and Freightliners or something like that. And so I got this 2 staple things of paperwork to give to the shop that tells them what the Loves found. And then they will probably be able to do more at the shop with their stuff and find out more. But hopefully I can get the door latch fixed along with this and have cruise control again. And normally I don't care about cruise control because in the past I've always only used cruise control either for driving the mountains, because in the Freightliners we had at Alan Ritchie, in order to go down through the mountains, you could set, granted, Alan Ritchie had all light loads of mail. Mail is never heavy. So I don't know if you have to set it even lower for a heavier load. I'm assuming you would. But for the Alan Ritchie loads, when we come out of the Eisenhower Johnson tunnels there west of Denver, and you come down that 35 mile an hour for trucks downgrade, you could set the truck's cruise control for 30 miles an hour, and it would use the engine brakes as it needed to hold you at 35 miles an hour. You set it for 5 miles under the speed you wanted it to hold you at. So, and you didn't put the engine brake on. You left the engine brake off and just set the cruise, and it would use the engine brake as it needed. It doesn't appear to work that way in this Kenworth. You just gotta throw the engine brake on high, medium, or low, whichever, and tap on the brakes once in a while, kind of doing it the same way you would if you're using manual and bringing her down. And I have never manually shifted an automatic truck. I've never tried to do it, but I haven't needed to do it either. At least so far I haven't needed to do it. I think we're having lightning. I think we're getting ready to have a major rainstorm. Nope, there's lightning. There's thunder. It hasn't started raining yet, but I think it's getting ready for a downpour. My CB came across with weather telling me that there was going to be a major rainstorm coming. So I guess it's right. It's on its way. It's going to downpour here soon. I do like my new CB, and I need to work on trying to improve the way I've strung the antenna wires. I did discover after I did this, come on, switch. I have these antenna wires coming out the sides here, but I did discover that I think I can poke it out the back and then down right here and then bring it down through here. Other than that, I haven't figured out a way to string the rest of it any better. So I don't know if how to do that better, but one of these days when I either get my tax money here towards the end of the month or something, I'm going to stop by a CB shop and I'm going to have them check it all out, and maybe they can string it better, because I know my the way I did it probably is not the best way to go about it, but it's working for now. My CB works. I got the speaker hooked up because I think the speaker for the CB, the external speaker that is provided by the Kenworth right here, I think it's blown. In fact, part of the plastic of this tray that the CB sits in, that the cradle that you put it in to slide it into and slide it up in there and put it in there, is melted on the one corner in the back. So something got hot, and I don't know if it was my other CB when I had it plugged in, or I don't know if it was like that before, or if it was something about the way I had my other CB set up. But this CB is definitely working and doing a good job. So it's just, the thing is, it's hard to know if your CB is working for sure these days, because no one talks on the CB hardly, and it's kind of few and far between. You just get random little things come across sometimes. And I was pretty sure that the way I had my antennas before, I wasn't getting a good connection with my antennas, and so they were I just was getting very fluctuating level quality of the connection as I wobbled around a little bit in the connection, because I think the antenna wires that is been snaked through, however it snakes through the dash and everything, I think it is needs to be replaced. So I just bought all new antenna wires and just bought enough to string it to the back and put it on the back of the nose and tightened her down, and so far it's working out. If I have any problems with the way that that's hooked up, I'll let you guys know. I try to let you guys know the things I do good and bad, because hopefully it will help other people to see the good and bad things I do. But whatever. Ew. So where are you at, David? Are you driving, or are you sitting somewhere? Are you loading or unloading or anything like that? He's sitting at a truck stop somewhere. Is there supposed to be tornadoes? I didn't see those messages. They were hidden. I just looked up this. So, yeah, I love Freightliners better. They're lighter. There's better cabinet space. I don't know if the Freightliners at Bay and Bay have as good a place for a TV. Because I bought this TV specifically for this truck, and hopefully they've got a similar mount for a TV in the Freightliners. I should almost ask my dispatcher if there's a Freightliner available that I can move into, because I'd definitely get along better in a Freightliner. And I think I could unstring a lot of these antenna wires, because I think I could just use these antennas straight in the antenna place on the Freightliners, because on the new Cascadias, I believe the antennas are on the behind the sleeper anyways, and they would just screw right into the back. So I believe I would probably not have to have all this nonsense of zip tying all this antenna wires and stringing them down the sides of the truck the way I did. But it's starting to rain. It hasn't downpoured yet. It's just sprinkling so far. Hopefully it is not a downpour when they decide to come out and tell me to open my doors to read back up to the dock. Getting rained on a little bit doesn't really bother me too bad, but still, light rain, no big deal. But a torrential downpour, no, I don't want to be out in that crap. So you said there was tornadoes. Let me look up here. First, hook up to my Wi-Fi. Think my GPS would show any of it? Weather. Should I put it on? Weather. Weather type. We'll do precipitation. See what that brings up. Green, not a dark green, but that's correct. We're starting to rain just a little bit more. We're getting a little bit of sprinkles, but it's not like, it's just like a steady flow of sprinkles. Some lightning and stuff. Now it's starting to come down. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to get out and open up my doors in the middle of the friggin' rain. Oh well. Alrighty, well, I've been on for an hour, and I'm pretty much running out of stuff to talk about, and I've just been rambling anyways. I've talked about a few things. I'm probably going to, I might work on another video. I might work on that trip planning video. Take a few takes and stuff and practice doing that. Trying to figure exactly how I want to go about it. Talking about it and what order I want to talk about things and all that. And get that posted, because that's going to be a better video for people. Be interesting to try to do a video during a rainstorm. See how much the video camera picks that up. Alright guys, I'm going to end this live feed because I'm running out of stuff to talk about. And I know it's getting kind of boring. So, talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the live feed. For those of you that aren't subscribed, please do so. Leave a like, leave any comments. And thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.